Good morning, students. In today's class, we will start with the next chapter, that is aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. First, we know what is the general formula of aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acid. When actually this aldehyde and ketone commonly contain the group that is C double bond O. Both aldehyde and ketone commonly contain the group that is C double bond O, which is called carbonyl compound, in which if the carbonyl carbon is bonded with one side alkyl group and another side hydrogen, if the carbonyl carbon is bonded with one side alkyl group and another side hydrogen, then that is called aldehyde. If the carbonyl carbon is bonded with two sides alkyl group, if the carbonyl carbon is bonded with two sides alkyl groups, then that is called ketone. Okay, this is aldehyde. Next, this is ketone. This is general formula of aldehyde, ketone. Next, what about these carboxylic acids? Carboxylic acids also contain carbonyl carbon, that is C double bond O, in which that C double bond O must be bonded to oxygen. The compounds which contain carbonyl carbon, C double bond O, as well as that C double bond O must be bonded to oxygen. That type of compounds are called carboxylic acids or carboxylic acid derivatives. Carboxylic acids are carboxylic acid derivatives. Now, what are the carboxylic acid derivatives and what is the general formula of carboxylic acid? We will see. General formula of carboxylic acid is RCOOH. General formula of carboxylic acid is RCOOH. And what about the derivatives of carboxylic acids? We will see now. Anhydride. What is the general formula of anhydride? General formula of anhydride is R C double bond O, O C double bond O, R C double bond O, O C double bond O, R, in which this C double bond O group, which is carbonyl carbon, is bonded with oxygen as well as R group. Okay, no? And this type of general formula is formed by anhydrides, in which these anhydrides are formed by removal of water from carboxylic acid. These anhydrides, anhydride means the compound which is formed by the removal of water. Anhydride is nothing but the compound which is formed by removal of water. This is the anhydride which is formed by removal of water from carboxylic acid. And the general formula of anhydride is RC double bond O, OC double bond O, R. Next, ester. Ester, in which general formula of ester is RC double bond O, O, R. General formula of ester is RC double bond O, O, R. And two more are there which are treated as acid derivatives. Those are RC double bond O, NH2. RC double bond O, NH2, which is called amide, and acyl chloride, which is called acid chloride. Acid chloride, in which general formula of acid chloride is RCOCl. General formula of acid chloride is RCOCl. Now, Anhydride, general formula RC double bond O, OC double bond O R. Ester, RC double bond O, OR. Acid chloride, RCOCl. Amide, RCO NH2. These are all treated as derivatives of carboxylic acids. So the compounds which contain C double bond O bonded to oxygen, C double bond O bonded to oxygen, except amide, remaining all the compounds they are bonded with C double bond O only. But even amide is also treated as derivative of acid. Okay, now the compounds which contain C double bond O bonded to oxygen, okay, those are called carboxylic acids or derivatives of carboxylic acids. Carboxylic acids are derivatives of carboxylic acids. Exceptional case with amide. Amide in which C double bond O is not bonded to oxygen, but it is also treated as derivative of carboxylic acid because it is obtained from carboxylic acid. Next, in what way that is obtained from carboxylic acid, we will see later on. Now, this is about introduction part regarding aldehydes, ketones, and carboxylic acids. What is the general formula of aldehyde? What is the general formula of ketone? And as well as what about the general formula of carboxylic acids and their derivatives? Okay. Now we have to see what about the same in previous chapter. What is the thing we have discussed? Same way. First started with IUPAC nomenclature. Next, structure of carbonyl compounds as well as carboxylic acids. Next, preparations, physical properties, chemical properties. First part, aldehydes and ketones separately we will discuss more. In next part, we will discuss separately carboxylic acids. Okay. So in previous chapter, what is the procedure we have followed? Same thing here, we are going to follow that one. Now, after completion of this introduction part, we will go through IUPAC nomenclature. We know how we can give the nomenclature, means names of the organic compounds, those are contained by aldehydes or ketones. Okay, if you have aldehyde, the primary suffix ended with al. If you have ketone group, the primary suffix, secondary suffix. If you have aldehyde group, the secondary suffix ended with al. If you have ketone group, the secondary suffix ended with on. Like that we know already how to give the names, but in our textbook also some tabular column contains some examples they give. What are the examples they give and in what way we can just write the formula? Simply some simple compounds they give, even little bit complicated problems are also they give. Now let us see. First example, CH3 twice, CH, CHO. This is the compound they give. Now this one elaborately we want to write CH3 single bond CH, C double bond O, H, CH3. CH3 twice is nothing but two CH3s are bonded to this carbon. So I wrote two CH3s present on the CH with CHO. Okay, now what is the name of this compound? We have to start numbering from functional group, in which from right side 1, 2, 3. On second carbon we have methyl group. So the name of this compound is 2-methyl propanol. 3 carbons are there because on second carbon methyl group is there. Parent chain contains, this is the parent chain, contains 3 carbons. 3 carbons means root word pro, all are single bonds. C double bond O is not treated as unsaturated. We know already only C double bond C or C triple bond C, those compounds are only treated as unsaturated. That means alkenes or alkynes. Remaining all the compounds, they are treated as saturated only. So here C double bond O is there. Please don't think that this C double bond O is an unsaturated compound, like that don't think. This is nothing but normal saturated compound only, in which it contains the functional group CHO. Okay, then it is ended with al. So what is the name of this compound? 2-methyl propanol. Next one, cyclohexane ring with CHO and here CH3. Out of CHO and CH3, which is more preferential group, that is CHO, functional group. From there, the carbon, the CHO is bonded to the carbon 1, that is given as number 1. Next, this is 2, this is 3. But please remember, observe here, C double bond OH is involved in parent chain. C double bond OH is involved in parent chain. Then we got propanol, all. But here, this cyclohexane ring is parent chain. Cyclohexane ring is parent chain in which CHO is written separately. It is not involved in parent chain. The CHO which is present, it is written separately. It is not involved in parent chain. Then we will not get here all. We will get another name, that is C here. Now 1, 2, 3. On third carbon atom we have methyl group. So 3 methyl, okay, 3 methyl. This is cyclohexane ring, correct? 3 methyl cyclohexane, 1 carbaldehyde. Why did I write carbaldehyde? Carbaldehyde means entire CHO. We will get idea entire CHO, which is present outside the carbon chain. Please, once again, this is, if you write like this one, this is involved with parent chain. C double bond OH is involved in parent chain. That's why we will be ended with the name all. But here, the CHO is not involved in parent chain. It is a terminal functional group. It should be present in the last only. It cannot be involved in closed ring. If it is not involved in closed ring, this is functional group separately treated and that is called carbaldehyde. That whole carbaldehyde is present on which carbon? First carbon. That's why this is 1 carbaldehyde present on which parent chain? Cyclohexane 3 methyl. 3 methyl cyclohexane 1 carbaldehyde. That is the name of this compound. Next. Is it clear now? Next one. CH3CH OCH3 CHO CH3CH OCH3 CHO. Now coming to this compound, we have two functional groups. Those are aldehyde and this is ether one. ROR, this is ether. But out of these two, aldehyde is more preferential when compared to ether. That's why we have to give importance to this one, and this one must be getting list number 1, 2, 3. Then according to ether names, the CH3 must be joined with oxygen and it is called alkoxy. Here what is the alkyl group present? CH3. So this is called methoxy. This is called methoxy. This methoxy group is present on which carbon? Second carbon. So the name of this compound is 2-methoxy. Total number of carbons in parent chain, prop. Here CHO is involved in parent chain, so all, propanol. What is the name of this compound? 2-methoxy propanol. I hope you understood this one. Next, we will go to the next one, that is next one, simple one only with 5 carbon, 1 minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With 5 carbon atom CHO they give, that is pentanol. That is simple one only, you can refer that one. Next, CH2 double bond CH, CHO. CH2 double bond CH, CHO. What about this compound? Out of CHO and double bond, functional group is CHO, it should get least number. Then 1, 2, 3. 3 carbons. But here C double bond C is there. Observe that one. That is unsaturated. So 3 carbons parent chain. That is root word pro. On which carbon double bond is there? Second carbon double bond is there. 2 in. On which carbon aldehyde group is there? 1. 1 all. Prop 2 in 1 all. This is the name of this compound. Prop 2 in 1 all. Is it okay, ma? Next one. Benzene ring is there with 2 CHO groups on ortho positions. What is the name of this compound? Let us give numbering with started with any CHO because both are same groups only. So if you start numbering from here 1 and 2, otherwise 1, 2. Okay. On which position CHO groups are there? 1, 2 positions. Here the thing is CHO groups are not involved in parent chain. So what we are going to write? First parent chain benzene. Parent chain is benzene. On which position CHO groups are there? 1, 2. Benzene 1, 2. How many CHO groups are there? 2. Dicarbaldehyde. Previously we told when CHO is not included in parent chain, that is called aldehyde, carbaldehyde. Then here we have 2 carbaldehyde groups. Those are present in ortho positions and we will give the name 1, 2. Benzene 1, 2 dicarbaldehyde. That is our next problem. Next thing. Benzene ring with CHO is here and bromine is here. When we have this compound, we have substituent Br and so functional group CHO, which is more important. CHO is more important. So numbering will be given from 1, 2, 3. We should not give in that direction because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Br carbon will be getting 5th carbon. Instead of that, least number is preferable. So in this direction, we will give numbering. Now, what is the name? We have first thing 3 bromo. On third position, bromine is there. 3 bromo. On first position, carbaldehyde, same like this one. CHO is not included in parent chain. That's why benzene 3 bromo, benzene 1 carbaldehyde. On first position, carbaldehyde is there. So 3 bromo, benzene 1 carbaldehyde. That is the name of this compound. Okay, next compound. CH3 twice, CH, C double bond O, CH, CH3 twice is nothing but 2 CH3 groups are bonded to this CH mark. Same here also. Okay, this is coming under ketone. Now, first part already I told we will discuss with aldehydes and ketones. Now started with aldehydes and ketones, nomenclature, preparations, everything those are related to aldehydes and ketones only. Next, after completion of this aldehydes and ketones, we will go through carboxylic acids. Okay, ma? Now, what about the naming of this compound? This one also I am writing it as like this. Then, from any carbon we can start numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On which carbons methyl groups are present? 2, 4. So, 2, 4. Dimethyl. What is the parent chain? This is the parent chain. Okay, 2, 4. On second carbon, on fourth carbon, methyl groups are there. 2, 4 dimethyl. On which carbon? We have ketone group. Ketone group is included in parent chain. Total number of carbons present in parent chain 5. So, root word, pent. All are single bonds only. Pentan. On which carbon C double bond is present? 3 one. 2, 4 dimethyl pentan 3 one because it is a ketone. This is the name of this compound in which we give we selected the parent chain. After selection of parent chain, in that how many carbons are there and on which position CH3 groups are present. According to that, we give the name 2,4 dimethyl pentan 3O. Next compound. Cyclohexane ring with double bond O and CH3. Out of double bond O and CH3, here ketone group is included in parent chain. Observe. Because ketone group must be bonded with two other carbons, no? So it can be included in parent chain. But for aldehyde it is not possible like this. Now, started with numbering from here 1 and 2. Now, on which position CH3 is there, no? 2 methyl. On which carbon we have double bond O? That is cyclohexanone. On first carbon we have cyclohex. Number of carbons hex and one, because it is a ketone. So what is the name of this compound? 2-methyl cyclohexanone. In this way we will write this name. After this, one more name, last one. CH3, CH3, double bond C, H, C double bond O, CH3. This is the compound they give. We have double bond and ketone group, which is our functional group. Ketone group is our functional group. No? We have to start numbering from that side. Then numbering will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On which carbon we have methyl group? 4th carbon. So 4 methyl. On which carbon we have C double bond O? 2nd carbon. On 5 carbons we have pent and 2 O. Sorry ma, double bond is there. Sorry for this one. Double bond is there means we have to consider in pent. That double bond is present on which carbon? 3. Pent 3 in. I am writing again the name 4 methyl pent 3 in 2 O. This is the name of this compound. By this, the table of column names they gave me, those names I explained now. Remaining some more examples they gave in out of table column also. Just go through them. If you are very clear about that one, okay. Otherwise, just what is the thing you didn't understand, send to me. I will clarify that one and I will send to you. Okay. This is about introduction part and IUPAC nomenclature of aldehydes and ketones. Next part we will go through structure of carbonyl compound, that is C double bond O. Let us see that one. Aldehydes and ketones commonly contain C double bond O, that is carbonyl compound. Okay. What is the structure of the carbonyl group? Now we are going to discuss that one. That is, this is mainly contain carbon in which excited state electronic configuration, directly I am writing. Excited state electronic configuration of carbon is 1s2, 2s1, 2p3. One S2, 2s1, 2p3. This is the excited state electronic configuration of carbon, in which in carbonyl group, carbon will undergo sp2 hybridization, because already it has one double bond. Pi bond cannot be formed by hybridized orbitals, so it will undergo sp2 hybridization. Through sp2 only we can explain correctly. Okay. Now one unhybridized p orbital is remained. When it undergoes sp2 hybridization, how many orbitals are undergoing hybridization? 3. So result, we will get 3 orbitals, 3 hybridized orbitals. What is the shape of those three hybridized orbitals? Those three hybridized orbitals will be in trigonal plane. Like this, in trigonal planar. Next, oxygen. What is the electronic configuration of oxygen? 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. Outermost electrons I am representing in boxes. Like this we have 4. In which unpaired electrons are present in which orbitals? Py and pz orbitals. Okay, now what is the angle between the py and pz orbitals? Those two are perpendicular to each other now. If this is py, dumbbell will be present like this. Pz, dumbbell will be present like this. Those are perpendicular to each other. Now, by using one of the orbitals, 1 minute. Here, one orbital has one unpaired electron. So, these unpaired electrons are represented like this. This is about carbon. Next, coming to oxygen. Two orbitals we have with one unpaired electron each. By using one orbital, it will be involved in sigma bond. It will be involved in sigma bond. Then what about other one? Other one is remained as unhybridized pz orbital, normal atomic orbital only pz, contains one unpaired electron. Okay. Next, coming to carbon. Carbon has one unhybridized pz orbital that is present like this. Okay. Now, this unhybridized pz orbital of carbon and pz orbital of oxygen will be involved in pi bond. Will be involved in pi bond. And CO, this is single bond. These two, depending on aldehyde and ketone, they may undergo reaction with hydrogen or both alkyl groups. That is depending on aldehyde or ketone. Okay, this is the main concentration on this one, C double bond O. Now, normally if you represent that one, C double bond O. These two bonds might be with any other thing. Now, explanation of structure. This is the plane. This is the plane in which carbon, oxygen, bond, single bond, and even remaining two bonds, they are also present in plane only. This carbon, remaining two bonds are also present in plane, and one bond present on oxygen also will be in plane. Unhybridized p orbital of carbon will be present like this above the plane. Pz orbital of oxygen will be present above the plane, like this, above the plane and below the plane. Now this unhybridized pz orbital of carbon and pz orbital of oxygen will be involved in pi bond. This pi bond is present above the plane. This pi bond is present above the plane. Remaining carbon, oxygen, this remaining whatever the bonds present, they are present in plane. Like this, if you see, carbon, bond, single bond, oxygen. Then what about remaining? Unhybridized p orbital of carbon will be like this now. Pz orbital of oxygen will be like this. Then pi bond will be present above the plane or below the plane. Depending on the electron present, pi bond will be present. Pi bond will be formed above the plane or below the plane. So the structure of C double bond O present in carbonyl carbon, that is planar. So this is about the structure of carbonyl compound, that is C double bond O, in which we will say simply the structure is planar. C single bond, sigma bond, remaining two bonds all are present in plane. Oxygen also will be in plane, and this pi bond will be present above the plane or below the plane, depending on the electron present. This is about the structure of C double bond O. Now, polar nature of C double bond O we will see. C double bond O. Between carbon and oxygen, which is more electronegative? Oxygen is more electronegative than carbon. Then this pi bond which is present between carbon and oxygen will be shifted towards oxygen. Because of this, we will get resonance structure of this carbonyl carbon, that is single bond O. After shifting of this bond towards O, oxygen is getting negative charge and carbon is getting positive charge. Remaining two bonds are like this. Okay, this is about polar nature of C double bond O. Polar nature means charges will be developed on carbon and oxygen. Because of electronegative difference between carbon and oxygen, oxygen is getting negative charge because oxygen is higher electronegative than carbon. Then this pi bond can be easily shifted towards oxygen to be formed as negative charge, and carbon is getting positive charge. Because of this, carbon is acting as Lewis acid, which is electrophile. Carbon is acting as Lewis acid, which is electrophile, means it can accept the electrons. Oxygen is acting as nucleophile, which is capable to donate the electrons. Then it is acting as Lewis base. The substance which can donate the electrons will be called as Lewis base, and the substance which is ready to accept the electrons is called Lewis acid. So carbon center is behaving as electrophile and oxygen center is behaving as nucleophile, which is nothing but Lewis base. Now in this way, this carbonyl carbon, that is C double bond O, is getting stabilized by neutral form as well as polar form. Stabilized by neutral form as well as polar form. Okay, this is about structure of C double bond O and polar nature of C double bond O. Next we will go through preparations of aldehydes and ketones. First we have three preparations. Those three preparations will be common for aldehydes and ketones. After completion of the three preparations, we will keep separately heading preparation of aldehydes as well as preparation of ketones. In that way we will go through. Now first one, under this preparation of aldehydes and ketones, by oxidation of alcohols. We know already in your notes also I told that one, alcohols will undergo oxidation to form aldehydes or ketones. Again those aldehydes will undergo oxidation to form carboxylic acids. But second step no need. Now we will go through what about the oxidation of alcohols. We have primary alcohols, secondary alcohols. Primary alcohols will undergo oxidation to form aldehydes. Secondary alcohols will undergo oxidation to form ketones. Now let us consider any one primary alcohol. CH3, CH2, OH will be reacted with weak oxidizing agent also, no problem, that is CrO3, weak oxidizing agent. In presence of oxidizing agent, alcohols will undergo oxidation. Now CH2 I am writing it as CHH. Okay, now hydrogen present on oxygen and hydrogen present on carbon will be removed. That is called removal of hydrogen. Hydrogen present on oxygen and hydrogen present on, this is alpha carbon. Alpha carbon will be removed as H. That hydrogen will be reacted with the CrO3 to form other compound. But removal of hydrogen is happened. Removal of hydrogen is called oxidation, in which when they are removed, here we will get double bond. Then the compound formed is CH3 CH double bond O. This H is represented like this and double bond we got. We got aldehyde. When primary alcohols undergo oxidation, we will get aldehyde. In the same way, let us consider one secondary alcohol also. CH3 COH CH3 H. This is the secondary alcohol. Undergo same oxidation in the presence of weak oxidizing agent. Now hydrogen present on this carbon and oxygen will be coming out. We will get double bond here. Okay, removal of hydrogen is nothing but oxidation to form CH3, C double bond O, CH3. We got ketone. In this way, commonly we can prepare aldehydes and ketones by the oxidation of alcohols. Primary alcohols will undergo oxidation to form aldehyde. Secondary alcohols will undergo oxidation to form ketone. Next. Second preparation, that is dehydrogenation of alcohols. Dehydrogenation is also nothing but removal of hydrogen. Okay, when actually this technique is used to prepare highly volatile aldehydes. Aldehydes are ketones. Okay, now what is going to be happen in this dehydrogenation? Vapors of alcohols are passed through the highly heated metal like copper, silver at the temperature of 573 Kelvin. The copper or silver already it is heated at 573 Kelvin. Then these alcohol vapors, this is like a solid surface. These alcohol vapors are passed through the solid surface and they are going to be present on the solid surface and they will undergo dehydrogenation process. Here copper or silver is acting as a catalyst. They will undergo dehydrogenation to form aldehyde or ketone. Primary alcohols will give aldehydes, secondary alcohols will give ketones, act as it is. Now let us consider an example. CH3 CH2OH. This is passed over copper at 573 Kelvin. Okay, above 500 Kelvin. Okay, then hydrogen present on this carbon and hydrogen present on this oxygen will be removed. We will get CH3 C double bond OH, which is aldehyde. If you take primary alcohol, we will get aldehyde. If you take secondary alcohol, we will get ketone. The same thing we have studied in alcohols, properties of alcohols. In properties of alcohols, if you remember, before this lockdown, we have completed with the last class, that is oxidation of alcohols. That's a separate topic. Under that, when these alcohols pass over heated metal like copper at 573 Kelvin or 523 like that, above 500 Kelvin temperature, we will get aldehydes or ketones. If those are primary alcohols, we will get aldehydes. If those are secondary alcohols, we will get ketones. Tertiary alcohols will not undergo dehydrogenation easily. Then they will undergo elimination to form alkenes. Like that, 3 reactions we have seen. Those reactions are only they have written again here. Okay. Properties of alcohol, preparation of aldehydes or ketones. Both are same. Okay. This is about second preparation. Third preparation is by ozonolysis. Ozonolysis of alkenes. Initially we will take alkene. Let us consider any one alkene. CH2 double bond CH2. This one elaborate I am writing here. Ethene. Ethene undergoes reaction with O3, ozone. We will get C this is the substance intermediate, ozonate. This ozonate will undergo reaction with zinc such that hydrolysis. This ozonate will undergo reaction with zinc such that hydrolysis, in which the cleavage will be happened like this. We will get CMA H C double bond OH, H C double bond O H plus even this one also H C double bond O H, C double bond O H H, and zinc is going to react with this oxygen to form ZnO. Zinc is going to react with that oxygen to form ZnO. Now this type of ozonolysis reaction we have studied in our 11th class, that is under properties of alkenes. Alkenes will undergo ozonolysis to form mixture of aldehydes or ketones. Okay, from this anyways we got the topic, that is ozonolysis. Simply if you want to write, if they give any alkene if they give, okay, that alkene if it undergoes ozonolysis, and second step, that is zinc sulfide hydrolysis, what is the final product? Easily we can write that one by considering one example. I will say that one, but this is the whole reaction which is happening. Okay, now let us see how we are going to write the products easily. Any alkene we can take, CH3, C double bond C, CH3, H, H. This is alkene. 2-butene. If this undergoes ozonolysis, the total steps I am not writing here. Simply I am writing only one thing, that is concentrate on this double bond. Correctly, where the double bond is present, break the double bond and write this carbon double bond O and this carbon double bond O, and remove that double bond. Very simple. Just whatever the compound they give, total compound write and concentrate on double bond. Just concentrate on the double bond. Just remove the double bond and write double bond O for left side carbon and double bond O for right side carbon. We will get this mixture of aldehydes or ketones. Now we got this is CH3CHO, this is also CH3CHO. Both are same aldehydes. Okay, that is depending on alkene it will be varied. Now let us see by taking another example. We have CH3 C double bond C, CH3 H, CH3. What is the name of this compound? 1, 2, 3, 4. On second carbon we have methyl group. 2-methyl butadiene. 2-methyl butadiene. If this undergoes ozonolysis, simply I am just erasing this double bond. Okay, I am writing double bond O here and double bond O here. We got this is the ketone and this is the aldehyde. Mixture of aldehyde and ketone we got. In this way, whatever the alkene might be, if it undergoes ozonolysis, we can understand and we can write the aldehydes and or ketones. Both aldehydes or ketones, or mixture of aldehydes or ketones, or both ketones. That is depending on alkene, it is depending. Okay, ma? By today's class, this is the way we have just gone through the preparations of aldehydes and ketones. 3 preparations of aldehydes and ketones they gave commonly. In next class, we will see what about the preparations of aldehydes separately and what about the ketones preparation separately. Okay, ma? Thank you all.